A World Without Email by Cal Newport. Oh, is this a big insight, something that you might not even be aware of? This is another great book from Cal Newport. And I'm really glad to announce that we have a course that's totally free at apolloskills.com where you can do this course and learn about this book so you can realize that email is maybe not what you think it is. So what Cal does in the book is he really challenges us to something that's happened for many of us, which is email is sort of how we run our lives, and it's certainly how we prioritize and manage our work. And what he's saying is like, actually, maybe it's not the best tool to be doing this. So therefore, he challenges its role in productivity. It looks at how dependent we've become on it. And then he really introduces ways we can reduce it and actually choose better forms of communication. We spoiler alert, there will be some email, but far, far less. So for any of you who have woken up, checked your inbox and gone, whoa, that's a lot of email, this course is for you. So let's get into it. So of course, like any Apollo Skills course, PDF summary, audio summary, quiz, homework activity. So you can actually apply all of the learnings in this book by Cal Newport. You can actually apply it to your life. Submit your homework, get instant feedback. So it's all done, I think, 30 minutes or less, and you've mastered the themes in this book. So let's have a look at this kind of overlying idea that is central to the book. Email is the product killer, not productivity itself, says Cal Newport. Now, this is crazy because most of us are doing a lot of our work through email. In fact, this idea of inbox of zero is like a false sense of, I've achieved everything I need to do today. So really what's interesting is he unpacks this. Let's get into some of the themes. So frequent email is the big no-no here. So apart from the fact that email, when it was created, was never meant to be a productivity management tool. It was meant to be a confirmation of an exchange of information, maybe subsequent to a phone call, to a meeting. But it's actually become the meeting now. And so there's this constant flow. For anyone that still has notifications of emails on, it is a constant flow. And what it does is it tears you out of what you're working on, and it puts you into the work that's in that email. But here's the crazy thing. That's not your priority. That's someone else's priority because they've sent the email. So all of a sudden you're saying to work to everybody else's preferences and not your own. So there's a huge cost here because switching and focus and all of that kind of stuff really bogs you down. So email starts to really dent your productivity and make it harder for you to get the things you really want to do done. Now, what's really interesting is Cal presents a number of alternatives, and we'll touch on those briefly, but he's really just saying route your communication through the right channel. So if it's sensitive, personal, and nuanced, that's an in-person call, maybe a Zoom call, but it's certainly not an email. And the only role that email would have to play in a very tricky meeting is the confirmation afterwards or the setting of the agenda beforehand. You don't handle it in the email because so much can get lost in all that lost body language. And this really shifts us and opens us up to when we're doing a lot less email, we can do a lot more deep work. And we've also got a course on that book, Deep Work. It's heaven. So a couple of key things is, constant email, hyperactive hive mind. You might have heard of monkey mind. I think I suffer from that sometimes. It really has a huge load. And, we're now in the information age. So it's like a move on from industrial age. So the stress is less physical. It's more mental, which strangely enough creates all sorts of physical consequences. So he presents these workflows. When don't you communicate via email? Working out where your attention, where your engagement is going. And he gives lots of examples and really good practices on communication. So a world without email is really challenging the role that email has started to take in our lives. Yes, there will be a little bit of email after reading this, but I think you'll be using a lot wiser so you can go out and be the best version of yourself in the world. And who wouldn't want that? So get over to apolloskills.com and to find out more about A World Without Email by Cal Newport.